Hi, I'm Debbie, and welcome to my channel, Divine Destiny with Debbie. Today we're doing our longer readings from April 16th through the 30th for my Aquariuses. Oh my goodness, Aquarius, my Aquarians, this was just such a weird thing. Yesterday I did the readings. It was pretty good reading for you too. And then, I do my little sound checks on everything. It goes on, and my good friend tells me, Deb, it sounds like ducks flapping. So I have redone this. I apologize, but I want you to, of course, get the reading you're meant to have. So because this is the longer reading, I use 3 decks of cards. I use my Doreen Virtue Angel Tarot cards. That gives us more the main message. I use my John Hollingsworth Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. That kind of fills in those little gaps. And then I ask for advice from the Osha Zen Tarot cards. Now, I have prayed, meditated, and infused all decks with Reiki energy, and this is a general reading. It may or may not resonate with you. Take what you like, leave the rest. So, let's get started, and let's see what we have for my Aquarians this morning. Now, the thing to remember is, so March 18th through April 18th, we have a lot of that Libra moon energy. March was the super moon in Libra. April is just the regular full moon, but it's still in Libra. So that has been trying to create a balance that, while balance sounds really, really good, it has, and I think for you, especially my Aquarians, it's been showing you the things that are not in balance, okay? And some of those things you can't really do anything about because it's not in your power or your control. And those are things that you can change. But at the same time, when that happens, it can feel very, very uncomfortable. So that's one thing. Then this full moon in Libra, the one in the 19th, that one is going to be in direct opposition of Uranus. Now remember, Uranus is the one, expect the unexpected. Well, in this case, again, Libra wants to bring harmony and love and all these wonderful things. Well, I should say harmony more so. Then Uranus, what this does, is they oppose each other, and it's really where it's kind of like the battle of the two wills, and there's a lot of risk and risk taking, and there's a lot of change just for change, okay? Now that's going to be, it's not a supermoon, so it's going to be like 3 days before to 3 days after, the 16th to maybe the 22nd, 23rd. My example is you go in, you're thinking about getting your hair cut, you've got really long hair, you wind up with a short bob because you wanted something radically different. Or the other thing is you have kind of, short hair, and this is guys or girls, and you wind up with a buzz cut or totally shaved. And then you wake up on the 25th and you go, why did I do that? It was because you wanted change, but it was not thought out. It was risky change. Okay, we're just going to keep it at that. The other thing of note is that on the 20th and 21st, we go into Taurus season, which is then, brings about that nice earth energy, okay? But again, earth can be very nurturing, it can provide for you, or it can be very, very harsh. So we will see what we can see. Let's go on and cut the deck. And it's always interesting. I mean, I've had to repeat a couple of my readings. I don't like to do that. That's why sometimes, many times I should say, you probably, I kind of scratch my head and say, what am I even doing here? But when the message comes, I need to give that out. I'm an intuitive reader, meaning that I'm an intuitive channeler, meaning that the message comes in, I try to listen, and I just try to speak it out. I may not understand it, but I have to just deliver it, okay? So I have had a couple of times when I've had to repeat, and it's been the same message. So let's see what happens this time around. Okay, the first card, we have the 5 of air. Air is your energy. It is your Wi-Fi energy. It is your thought process. It's the things that are coming through the air to you. It's it's how you're thinking. 5s are about change for you. Now, this is an unwise choice. Learn what you can from this situation. Review everyone's motives. But I am thinking, now maybe I am a little bit influenced by the last reading, But I am thinking that this is a change of thought for you, that this is a change of what you're going to be looking at for yourself. This is a change of what you want for yourself. I am feeling that this is definitely a change of thinking for you. Now, the unwise choice, that could be maybe around that, that 19th. Maybe you do make some radical changes, more for change itself. Be very careful about that, okay? Be careful from the 16th to the 22nd, 23rd, that you do not just scream out, I'm quitting this job, and then go, oh, did I say that out loud? I didn't mean to say it out loud. I was just thinking it in my head. So that's the type of, be careful of that. However, I really do feel for my Aquariuses that you are changing how you believe your life is supposed to be. And you're not changing your goals or your dreams or nothing like that, but you're changing as what I am accepting, okay, what you are accepting. And that's pretty good. That's healthy. I like that for you. I like that. But, however, the Five of Air does say that it can be painful. So, with that, so if you are, if you are in that job and you're like, I don't really like this, it's not what I want to do for the rest of my life, it's leaving that security. It's somebody, you might be wanting to start an exercise program, and that's painful in itself. But in the long run, it's healthy for yourself. So those are just some examples that I'm talking about. It doesn't mean that that's what you're going to do. But with change, there is growth pain, okay? And this is I'm really feeling a lot of determination. And this is a little bit different than your first reading. I'm really feeling a lot of determination with my Aquariuses on this one. I'm feeling like you're like, by hook or by crook, I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And I know that I might have setbacks. I know I will have setbacks, but I am going to continue to do it. So all that from the Five of Air. Okay, let's go on. This card is reversed. So, if you've been following me, you know that to me, reversed cards mean that, hey, it's in my face. Hey, come and take a look. I want to get through to you. Okay, so let's see what this says. The Knight of Earth. Earth, of course, is our earth energy, our Taurus, which we're entering into Capricorn and Virgo. It's what we can hold. It's what we can feel. It's our money. I like our money. Loyal, dedicated, honorable, kind. Time to buckle down and get things done. Honor your commitments. A guardian angel. Again, I am feeling this. I want to make this change. Now, are you going to wake up, if I wanted to be 25 pounds thinner, am I going to wake up the next morning being 25 pounds thinner? No, but I can make some small changes so that maybe in about 10 years I can be 25 pounds thinner. But still, that's still 10 years. Those 10 years are still going to come. Okay? The other thing I love about the Knight of Earth is, even though it says it in it's the fine print, it's like, read the fine print. It says a guardian angel. This is again that time for you to know that there is something outside of yourself that you can reach out to, okay? Again, divine, higher power, guardian angel, spirit guides, whoever that is, you can reach out to that supernatural presence. Okay. Next card is, and this is, oh no, it is not. It's what it is. It's awakening. Archangel Gabriel. I thought it was going to be this one. This is traditionally the hangman in traditional tarot. And this is basically seeing things from another perspective, another way. And this is look at things from a different perspective, a temporary standstill, but it's important to be yourself. So these three cards, so we have some change in our thinking. We have some, okay, I'm going to do it. And we have some we have these actions. So your thoughts, you're taking your thoughts and you're going to be putting them more into action, okay? And it's like, this is what I want, so I'm going to do this. Now, if this is, excuse me, oh my gosh, my nose is itching. If this is something like, say that you're at that you want to go to college, or maybe that's always been your dream to get some sort of certificate, or It's been your dream just to, just to kind of advance in some way. Okay, I'm thinking educationally. It doesn't necessarily mean going to college. It might be, maybe you've been wanting to, I don't know, who wants to learn to cook out there? So, you've been wanting to do that. But you keep thinking it's going to take too long. Well, the thing is, start with one. Start with one class, one course, one step. And like I was talking about the 10 pound, the 10 years and 25 pounds, in 10 years you could be completed. Okay? And 10 years comes very, very, very quickly. I feel like for you, my Aquarians, that you are actually, it's like you are at this point where you want to, I feel like, the thought, taking control of my life is coming back in. Now we are all to some extent at the mercy of of external forces. I'm not talking about our higher power or our divine guardian angels, but external forces. I can't control what the next guy around me is doing. So we are all to some extent, in the mercy of that. However, what you can control, you can control. And again, I am seeing that you, whether they be tiny little steps or great big leaps, that this is the time you're going to have a change in your thinking and you are going to say, this is what I want. You will then work to get that. Okay? So now let's go on to my Psychic Tarot and Oracle cards. And, okay. Oh, okay. 2 cards popped. And one more shuffle, and then we will pull that one out. Okay. And, okay, first card is reversed, and this one is positive movement forward. So this is confirming we're having some of this change in our thinking. Yeah, it can hurt. It can hurt because it's like, I don't really want, I would like to just wake up and be that 10 pounds thinner. But, but it's still that you are continuing to take those steps forward. Now remember too, Aquariuses, this is what I've always I talk to you about this a lot. It's still your choice whether you want to open that door and step outside or you want to not. That is always going to be your choice, okay? But my thought is this is also your life. This is your journey. I don't want to come to the end of my life and think, well, and we'll have enough regrets as that is, but I don't want to think, oh, I really wish I would have done that when I had the chance. Okay. The second card, and this is interesting, this is the third eye chakra. This is on top of the Knight of Earth that talks about the guardian angel, and this is your third eye chakra. This is about your intuition. This is about your knowing things without necessarily having a reason why you know this, except your intuition is just, and hyperdrive. So when I see this one for you, and this is, when I see this, I really want you to start listening to your inner, I don't want to say thoughts per se, but your inner messages, your inner, remember there's the mind, heart, and your spirit, soul, intuition. I want you to start paying more attention to this part, okay? And how you can do that, you can do some meditation, prayer. You can just, even just sit with your eyes closed, listening to some soothing music. Keep, again, what goes into your mind positive, and what comes out of your mouth positive. Always, always do that. But this is, again, even to go out and ask, the full moon's coming. This is a wonderful time to release and to accept, to say, to request, release and request. So this is that time to do stuff. This is that time to, to really, really work on making that connection, okay? And, connecting with it, each day a little bit stronger if you can, okay? Okay. Now, the third card, this is face down, and here we are, fulfillment of wishes, okay? So now this is a lovely, 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 lovely card. This is coming on the Archangel Gabriel, looking at things different. And by making this change inside of you, because a lot of times what happens is, especially when we're not having happy things happen, is we blame everyone else. We blame the circumstances. We blame, what has happened to us. And don't get me wrong, a lot of times that can be exactly what it is. There's some mean, and I will say evil people out there. There are mean, evil forces out there that try to keep you from being what you are supposed to be, okay? That is very, very true. But what this is telling me too is that this is, these cards are really, really very powerful for my Aquarians. It's saying, hey, there are things that you can do to have this happen, to make this manifest. Yes, you can't control these people, these forces, except you can be that, okay, I'm going down a little bit different than that first reading. You can be that opposition by keeping yourself, oh my gosh, I'm feeling that there's some Aquarians there that are being like spiritual warriors that are going out there, and it doesn't matter. I'm not talking religion. I'm talking about that connection with, whoever that divine is to you. And I'm not talking about hurting other people either. So please, I am talking about you keeping this positive attitude. It's like there are a lot of Aquarians that are being used to balance that negative, except that because you are so connected, when that negative goes, when that negative feels heavy, you kind of want to slide towards it because of that. Because when you're living so much in a spiritual realm, it's hard not to. It's kind of like it wants to just, but your balance, your positive balance is balancing that out. And you are going to bring this to the negative is going to be lighter, and it's going to then, not be as effective. So where I'm going with that, there's an Aquarian out there that needed to hear that message. Not quite sure what, but the fulfillment of wishes is a wonderful, wonderful card, and it's a wonderful adjunct to Archangel Gabriel. Okay? So, and if you notice, there's learning, there's scrolls, and there's treasure. Okay? And I know that this is not really real, but this to me, underneath, this is just open air, but it always reminds me of a peach or some fruit. So to me, it's like it's bearing fruit. Okay, so now let's see what our final advice is. What final advice do we have for our Aquarians? Or I like to say my Aquariuses. Okay, one more card. Not one more card, but one more shuffle. Actually, I'm realizing why my sound got so wiggly woggly. A lot of the message has repeated itself, but it's like it's become a fuller message to you. Okay, so this one is reversed. It was a face up. Basically, it's telling you to be in the moment. Yes, we do want to go, again, that 10 years. If you don't make your steps now, where will you be in 10 years? But it's also saying, while you have to have one part, you need to concentrate and be in the moment of who you are. If you notice, she is there, sitting on this, I guess that's a lotus leaf. I'm not sure what that exactly is. But she is looking at this great big universe. She is connecting with her divine. She is connecting with what forces outside of herself. She is with this great big universe. She is watching the stars. She is watching and wishing on a falling star. So this is one of the things that for you, my Aquarius, is to say, is stop worrying about that future. You've got that covered. You've got that covered. You've got Archangel Gabriel, the messenger, giving you the message of love and of that your wishes will be fulfilled. You need to stop necessarily having your mind worry about that future, okay? Because that is one of the things my Aquariuses do a lot. Is like, you need to concentrate and work on. It's not an easy lesson. Living in the moment. Okay. Let's see what this next card says. The Miser. Okay, so The miser, this is warning you against, okay, this is saying to you, live in the moment. This is warning you about putting too much stock into, how do we want to put this? It's like, okay, I can't go, I have to keep everything to myself, because if I don't, I'm going to lose it. If I have these gifts, I can't give anything away because I'll lose it. They'll take it from me. No, this is warning you against that type of mentality, that type of, and also too, this is also about fear. This is fearing that future. This is fearing that, I can't go there. I can't do this. For one thing, I can't pay my money. I can't give away anything. I have to be where I'm at. And because of that type of mindset, and again, remember this Five of Air is saying that there's going to be some changes in your mind, in your thinking. So this is one of the things that, these cards are warning you against is, or advising you, I should say, is, hey, get out of that mindset. Get out of that mindset. Trust, be a little bit more in the present. Let the worry go away. I mean, let the worry, leave the worry, leave the worry. I'm not saying that, that it's not a natural part of being a human and being in this physical format, but, if there's a saying, I love this saying, if you pray, why worry? And if you worry, why pray? And I'm not talking, again, I'm not talking religion. I'm talking to whoever that is to you. So, that's what I'm seeing with this card is that, it's like, oh, no, I can't do that because I can't. So you stay and you're miserable, and what do you really show for it? Okay? So this is going to be these last 2 weeks of April, and it probably will go into May, are going to be some impactful days for you. Okay, let's see what this last card says. This is reversed. Again, it's powerful. This is friendliness. This is being, whereas this is isolation and this is being alone. This is being, because you're holding it all together. You're holding it all in and you're not sharing, and you're being, and this leads to paranoia. This leads to blossoming. This is you, expanding yourself. This is you giving to giving to others. This is you, being part of this bigger thing. I'm not even going to say part of the world, this bigger universe. So so this is basically advising you, hey, you do have to try to work and live in the moment more so than you have. Stop worrying and holding everything back. You notice I want to really, holding everything back to, or holding everything to yourself. Start expanding and giving out. And it is really going to work for you, my Aquariuses. It's, again, I cannot have you, we can talk about that door. You're the one that's going to have to step out and, make those choices. So, my Aquariuses, as always, please know that you are loved and be blessed. Bye-bye.